What is up, everybody? It is Mike Man WBA here, and we are back on YouTube for the biggest draft co-op save on TW that the universe has ever seen, because it is myself and it is No Legs.
Aye, aye.
Yeah, we are back for the 72nd time attempting a draft save. This one will get past the 4th episode, can guarantee it. It's going to make at least double digits. That's a promise. This one will make double digits.
Now go.
So we're here. No Legs is Raw. I am SmackDown. We've got updated draft. I'll be honest, a lot of it is very similar to the real draft. Partly just because we have no imagination. Partly because we're trying to keep a couple of feuds going for a little bit. We'll probably do a couple of trades later on. But we're just going to jump straight into Raw. You'll find out our rosters as you go along. Be a bit of a surprise for you. So we're starting off with Raw. So No Legs, let's take us through it.
So the opening angle of the night in front of almost 14,000 people at the Legacy Arena. Kurt Angle comes out. Everyone says that he sucks, which is a bit mean and slightly rude. But he announces our Universal Championship contendership matches. So Crown Jewel essentially didn't happen in this, which is probably a blessing in
Probably
disguise.
for the best.
Exactly. As Kurt Angle comes out and he announces that we have 6 men in 2 triple threat matches tonight, and the winners will fight Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series to crown our new Universal Champion. And those 6 men are Drew McIntyre, John Cena, Rusev, Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose, and Finn Balor. And that gets an 84B plus because it's 2018 and Kurt Angle is still a very compelling character.
You really threw me off with the order you did that in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Alright.
Just advance.
Yeah, this is on.
We then have a 72B minus in the first of those triple threats as Dean Ambrose defeats Drew McIntyre and Rusev in 13:23, pinning Big Daddy Ruru with the dirty deeds. Rusev and Aiden English have great chemistry, which is really awkward. Dean Ambrose foreshadowed a heel turn during this segment, which is even more awkward. And Drew McIntyre performed quite well, considering he's not quite as over as the other 2 men in the match.
Didn't think to check for Aiden English, did we?
No, we did not.
Not even on the same brand. There's a spoiler for you.
He jumped the barricade.
Yeah, he just really wants to support him in everything that he does.
He feels guilty about how things ended
Yeah, we should
after
probably
that
fix
night
that.
in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yeah. But yeah, 72B minus as we go into what happened next.
The best match of the series so far is then Buddy Murphy and Cedric Alexander argue backstage. Cedric announces that he will be wanting to go back for that Cruiserweight Championship, and Buddy Murphy says, hell no, player. You gotta earn that title shot, dog. And Cedric's like, okay, I'll do that. And so, yeah, Cedric Alexander wants to be Cruiserweight Champion once again.
The way you were talking then, I really thought he was going to be going one-on-one with The Undertaker.
Clear. Holla, holla. We then have a 56C minus. We're looking to keep the realism in this series, which is why we have a 6-woman tag team match. As the team of Ember Moon, Natalya, and Sasha Banks defeat Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, and Alicia Fox, when Ember Moon pins Alicia Fox with the Eclipse. And if you didn't think that Ember Moon was going to pin Alicia Fox in that match, then you're a silly sausage, aren't you? We've got some really good in-ring performances there, but not so much from Alicia Fox there. But, hey, she has a great Northern Light suplex.
Best in the business.
Exactly.
Sasha Banks improving her Rumble skills as well.
Yeah,
So-
that's always great. You need the improvements.
Yeah,
Always love an improvement.
Probably the best in-ring performer in the match.
I mean, Alicia Fox is pretty good.
Yeah.
We then have a 76B minus where Seth Rollins promises to beat Shinsuke Nakamura at Survivor Series. It will be our Intercontinental Champion, the King Slayer, versus the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura, where the winner will have bragging rights over the minor championships.
Now you've mentioned that he's the King Slayer and that Shinsuke is the King of Strong Style, I'm not feeling very confident. Didn't think that one through.
Well, I most certainly did.
Yeah, so that was actually the basis of our drafts, is that we did keep the current champions on the brands that they were already on. So No Legs does have Rollins and Ambrose, because he's got no Universal Champion, and Rollins is both Tag Champ and IC Champ. And he also has Ronda. And I have Becky, AJ, Shinsuke, and The Bar, because they are my champions, because we do not just stick all of our titles on one person, we actually have a good roster.
Yeah, well, I've got Buddy Murphy too, so... Then in our next match of the evening, Shelton Benjamin defeats the glorious one Bobby Roode in just shy of 10 minutes by pinfall with a quick cradle. A battle of the veterans there. As neither men really impress us, we're really going to have to change that product, because that should be a lot higher than a 55C minus.
Yeah, we're going to have to change a few things up as we go through, as we sort of figure out what our what's good with the product, what's bad with the product. We've already had to change a little bit, just because it was a little bit silly. But we'll be adapting as we go.
We most certainly will, as our next angle gets a 74B minus, and that angle is called Kurt, as he is sat in his office as Ronda Rousey walks in, and she says that she don't give a damn about her reputation. Nuh-uh, sister. And she is told that it's Survivor Series. It will be woman versus man. It will be champion versus champion, as Ronda Rousey looks to tap out Becky Lynch.
I'm getting bored of your puns already.
Yeah, well, there's so much more. We've got 3 weeks more of those puns, as Survivor Series is in just 3 weeks' time. And that is where we will see Ronda versus Becky, armbar versus armbar. Then we have a 33E plus, where our first Monday Night Raw NXT call-up of 3, Axel Dieter Jr. defeats No Way Jose in 2 minutes and 11, 3 minutes and 11. I've not got my glasses on, but do you know who had his glasses on? Axel Dieter Jr. And that's how he pinned No Way Jose 1, 2, 3 with the Regal Plex. Not a great match, but Axel Dieter Jr. is not very over. But he was almost as good as Jose, despite being really off of his game. And afterwards, we had a WWE.com exclusive interview where Axel Dieter Jr. said, "I've got no gimmick apparently. Well, now I'm a cocky man. And that's why Mike is right about now about to click the handle changes button." He does it. And Axel Dieter Jr. is now a very good cocky man.
Surprisingly good English.
Yeah, he does.
Weird northern accent for a German, but how
We then have a 77B where Dolph Ziggler and John Cena argue backstage. "I'm Nikki's best lover. No, I'm Nikki's best lover." And Kurt Angle says, "Enough about Nikki Cross. We've got a big main event tonight," as Dolph Ziggler, John Cena, and Finn Balor will go head to head in the main event to determine who fights Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series.
I really thought for a second that Kurt was going to say that he was Nikki Bella's best lover.
Well, then you heard wrong, because that was about Nikki Cross, as we advance from that 77B to a 67C+, where Seth Rollins makes his first defense of the Intercontinental Championship in the Open Challenge, where he defeats Apollo Crews with a curb stomp. Seth Rollins by far the better work of that match. It wasn't a great match, but when we do sort out the product, which we will do before the next episode, we will have much better matches than that. But yeah, Seth Rollins will be going into Survivor Series as your Intercontinental Champion of the Intercontinents.
Everything will pick up as well once we get some momentum on some guys as well, once the roster's sort of bedded in a little bit, because everyone's sort of starting from fresh at the minute, so there's no momentum boosting those ratings up.
And we're going to have to boost a lot of people's popularity up, especially the NXT call-ups who you will see in future episodes on Raw and SmackDown Live.
So cheesy.
Then we have Seth Rollins. He celebrates his victory. He's like, "I'm the champion of the Intercontinents." He makes his way to the back when, boom, he's dropped by Dean Ambrose, who lays his candy ass out with the dirty deeds on the entrance ramp. Dean Ambrose, he's unable to trust Seth Rollins, and he wants to make sure that Seth Rollins can't screw him over anymore. 76B minus as well, a good rating.
Would you say that Dean Ambrose had turned heel with that?
You very much could.
So when you say could, you mean
yes.
Diz? Yes.
The turn was a complete success.
Yeah, I should have looked at that a bit better. But next up in the main event,
79B. In a bout that had great wrestling, good heat. Did you hear that, lads? You can't take the heat. Get out of the kitchen. John Cena defeats Dolph Ziggler and Finn Balor in 16 minutes when he pins Dolph with an attitude adjustment. And if you've heard that boy Dolph lately, you'll know that he needs an attitude adjustment because all he does is whinge. But Dolph gets the defeat there. Drew McIntyre distracted Finn Balor at some point. He went on the top rope. He went to hit the coup de grace, but Drew distracted him. But it just wasn't enough for Dolph Ziggler. John Cena was absolutely brilliant in that match. He got a 91, and he also got the opportunity to challenge for the first time for the Universal Championship at Survivor Series when he will face Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose. Who do you think will win? Leave your predictions down below in the comments.
Dolph improving his performance skills as well.
He did, but it wasn't enough because he still lost.
As we end the show, 76B minus, a fairly acceptable opening show, to be fair. We've still got to get used to everything. We've still got to kick off all the rivalries. Still got to build up our guys from NXT.
And we've still got to fix the product. But
still got to put up with how atrocious the women are in this mod.
Yeah, whoever made this mod sucks ass. But in the end of the day, when we started this episode, a fun little fact for you, before this show, Mike came up to me and he went, you know what, No Legs? If there's one thing we can ask for from this episode, it's that we'll have a fairly acceptable show. Not a good show, not a great show, hell, not even the big show.
Just show.
A fairly acceptable show.
It's not a good show. It's not a bad show. It's the show.
Dun,
and now we have a name for the series.
Dun, 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 dun.
But yeah, and we weren't insulting anyone. This mod is literally made by Nathan, and that's why it's bad.
And the picture pack was made by me as well, just like that loan screen, because I do everything around here. And 2 years it's took us to do this series, and it's all me doing the work. And if you like that picture pack, be sure to let me know in the comments down below and put hashtag No Legs makes sick picture packs.
He won't give it to you, but you can ask for it anyway.
Mike, you make me sound awful.
It's because you are awful.
I'm a good guy. I've gave that to so many people on Fantasy Bookers, at least one. Fantasy Bookers is the official TEW subreddit over on reddit.com/r/all fantasy bookers, and that's where you can check out what your favorite content creators have been uploading, and you can even upload some stuff there yourself. Check it out. The description will probably have a link to that. Probably. If it was on my channel, it would, but this is Mike we're talking about, so it might.
So we're just going to end this off. Stop Nathan rambling. Seth Rollins thinks Axel Dieter Jr. is a star in the making, and he could make the company some serious money. So does John Cena, wants us to strap a rocket to Axel Dieter Jr.
Seems a bit harsh.
And Dolph Ziggler is the opposite of everybody in the WWE universe, and he believes that Apollo Crews has charisma.
There we go. One black man, two Germans. We are all about the equality here. No Hulk Hogan here, no Saudi Arabia. This is a new day for the WWE. It's a new dawn. It's a new life.
And
it's feeling good.
Speaking of the new day, you'll see them in the next episode over on SmackDown Live. Finger guns. Also, I'm taking back my promise of this making double figures if Nathan doesn't stop with his puns. We'll see you in the next one. Say bye. This doesn't end until you say bye.
Goodbye.